How are you doing, Andrew? Good to see you.
I am great. A little cloudy here today in Colorado, but it should clear up tomorrow.
Well, your backdrop looks beautiful. I'm excited for this day. I think we all are, because what we're going to share with you is Andrew's #1 top selling today's special of the year. This is the most popular product. People wait all year to restock this product, and we are offering the very best value ever on your famous CoEnzyme Q10. Do you want me to share the choices, Andrew, or do you want to kind of give us a little preview of what's happening before we get started?
Just quickly, it's obviously 3 choices. CoQ10 200 milligrams is all of them, but there are 2 other options. You could add 1,000 IU vitamin D3, 2,000 IU vitamin D3. Colleen will go over all the pricing and savings. By far the best pricing we've had on this. It's an opportunity to get, I think, the most important product for times like these. You're getting your separate vitamin D, separate vitamin C, a full B-complex with our unique B12 and our unique methyl folate. And you're getting 200 milligrams of the world's best CoQ10, which is essential for all energy production, essential for all the systems and organs in your body, including the immune system, to work at their very best. So there's no more perfect product and no better opportunity to make a difference, and it comes with a money-back guarantee until the end of January. So whether you're reordering or whether it's your first time, it's an opportunity to make a profound difference in the way the next few months and hopefully the rest of your life is going to proceed.
Oh, absolutely. For those of us that take this product, we've been taking it for over 2 decades, many of us, and it's continued to evolve. It now is the best formula. It is the best value. I have to show you what the choices are and what the value looks like. First of all, you're going to be choosing what size you'd like. Note, the 500 count has by far been the #1 seller today, and so that will definitely be the first one to disappear if you want the 500 count. You are choosing whether or not you want vitamin D3 in the formula. You can get 1,000 IU, 2,000 IU, or if you don't need the vitamin D3, you can order without the vitamin D3. But for most of us, I ordered 2 of the 500s because my husband and I take this every single day. I take 2 a day, so does he. So bottom line is the 500 count, check out this value, guys. Normally you would be at $511.98, and I'll show you how that breaks down. Today we're at $189.90. It's a $322 savings. Again, we don't normally carry the formula, and we do not carry this 500 count size. That's why a lot of us wait for this day and we stock up, because the savings is enormous with over $300. Here, for example, 240 caps would normally be $256 for this formula. Again, you're more than doubling that for a lot less money. I mean, that's why it's really a great day, big savings. By the way, 5 flex pay for this weekend, so take advantage of the extra flex pay. Everything is on free shipping and handling. And one thing I love to show everybody, Andrew, and then you can help me speak to this, but this formula is very special because it does have vitamin D3, vitamin B12, vitamin C in the formula. If you look, just those 3 products alone, the D3, the B12, and the C, just those 3 products alone would be $260, right? That's a $206, that's not counting the CoEnzyme Q10. So if we add up, if you're buying the 500, this is what you would pay if you were buying separate bottles of these 3 products. So that's why, guys, at $189.90, it is a huge, huge value. And incidentally, over 50% of the sales have been the big 500 count. So I hope that you're able to get yours. There is no question that this is the world's finest CoEnzyme Q10. Andrew Lessman started educating America about CoEnzyme Q10 before most of us had even heard of it. Most of us had never even heard the word CoEnzyme Q10 until Andrew started educating and sharing the incredible health benefits. And I think to this day, Andrew, you always encourage, you're going to take just 1 or 2 things of yours. This has to be at the top of our list in terms of essential things for all of us to be supplementing. Do you still feel that way?
I think sort of practically speaking, we all sort of lean to a multivitamin. Essential 1 is my multivitamin as being really the foundational choice in terms of really common sense, logical nutritional supplementation. But because my CoQ10 pretty much functions like a multivitamin, It really is, in my mind, if you're only going to swallow 1 capsule per day, and at 200 milligrams of CoQ10, I know you take 2 capsules, 200 milligrams, 1 capsule is plenty for virtually everyone unless your doctor is recommending that you take more. But this really is, and I've said this for decades, if you're only going to swallow 1 capsule of my products, this is the place to go. This is where you start. And certainly when our Today Special also adds the vitamin D in, so you're getting the equivalent of a separate vitamin C, a separate vitamin D, a separate B12 and full B-complex. You're getting all of those, and as you saw in that chart, if you bought all of those, and it's basically a 1.5 year supply of each of those, if you buy all of those in the large size, it costs significantly more than the Today Special price today. And that's not even considering the CoQ10, 200 milligrams of the world's finest CoQ10, and CoQ10 is very expensive. So this really is the perfect place to start if you're just going to be swallowing 1 capsule per day. And especially now, when we know how important it is to give our body the essential nutrition that is a critical part of how our immune system functions and how our critical systems throughout our body functions. Vitamin D at the top of the list, vitamin C right there with it, followed by B12 and a full B-complex. And then you get CoQ10. And as I said yesterday, it seems like days ago, but as I said yesterday, talking about CoQ10, yes, CoQ10 is the most central and the most critical molecule in our body in terms of energy production. So some folks might say, okay, that's the be-all and end-all of my product, I'll stop there. But it would be naive and even foolish to think that something so important does all its work on its own. And obviously it does not. And the reason why this product has almost 90% of its reviews, which is just crazy to think, are 5-star reviews,
wow,
and positive reviews are over 96%, it's because we don't just give you the finest CoQ10 in the world, we give you all of the other components necessary to really breathe life into that exceptional ingredient. Yes, it's exceptional, but any exceptional person or thing can't do it on their own. And this product requires, this ingredient requires the assistance of those other nutrients. And that's why this product is so exceptionally well reviewed. That's why when we do this Today Special, we struggle to keep it in stock, that actually the large size, we're more than halfway through, well over halfway
wow,
through, in some case 2/3 through our largest size. So hopefully we'll have enough to last throughout the day. We have plenty right now, but it's a special opportunity. And the world around us is kind of calling our attention to how important key nutrition is, especially when it comes to supporting the key systems in our body. It's really important. The world around us has changed. It's calling our attention, and it's up to us whether we're going to heed that call and respond appropriately.
There we go. And you know what, I do want to mention we're already getting very busy. My producer Allison just let me know that most of you are ordering the 500 count, and most people are ordering the formula that has 2,000 IU of vitamin D. Reminding you that separate item, just that, is $97. That's a $97 value if you're ordering the 500 count. The CoQ, as Andrew said, this is not an inexpensive ingredient. And because Andrew's using the world's finest CoQ10, this is not synthetic CoQ10. This is, if you're going to take CoQ10, this is the CoQ10 you want to be taking. It is a $414 product by itself. So the CoQ is valued at over $400. Then you have almost $100 worth of D3. And reminding you, that does not include the B12 that would be another $97, the vitamin C in here that's $66. And because I think what's happening for a lot of us is that we are all going for the 500 because it's only $189.90. I don't have to buy my separate D now. This is how I get my vitamin D, so I don't have to buy a separate D. I don't have to buy a separate B12. I don't have to buy a separate vitamin C. It's there. So this is 4 comprehensive products in one that you're getting. And I love what Andrew said, because, you know, when he puts these formulas together, he wants us to have maximum benefits. And having those supporting ingredients maximize the benefits of the CoQ10. And that's why when you start reading the thousands, there's like 3,500 perfect reviews on this product. And when you start reading the reviews, people talk about how they feel. I mean, this is not just something you take and you know that intellectually it's good for you. You will feel better. You feel different. It gives you an incredible sense of well-being, get up and go, a sense of energy. And I can't wait for you to start taking it. I know that you will love it. You, again, can go read those reviews for yourself because people take such care in sharing their experience with Andrew Lessman Vitamins. They really like to share the wealth. And there's a wealth of fun, inspired information right now you can read more about on hsn.com. But if you are not taking CoEnzyme Q10, it's one of the most critically important supplements to take. Andrew, if we do not take CoEnzyme Q10, how else are we going to get CoEnzyme Q10 into our diet?
Just anticipated what I was going to talk about next.
Good.
When we talk about our Ultimate Eye product, I always like to give a list of the foods, the critical foods like kale and spinach and green peas that are great sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, even if we don't want to invest in the product or we want to take it every other day to make it, say, more affordable, that I always respect. I admire if we try to eat a diet that's going to give us those key nutrients. But CoQ10, it's almost exactly like vitamin D in this respect. Vitamin D is something that we really can't get from our diet, unfortunately, and we're not out in the sun getting adequate exposure on our skin to get the levels we need. So that worldwide pandemic they talk about, using those words for vitamin D deficiency and insufficiency, can't be remedied by diet. The same thing with CoQ10. I wish that something that was so responsible for our ability, central to our ability to produce energy and to combat fatigue and avoid fatigue, was readily available. I could give you some foods to eat, and that will make a difference. But the only foods I could give you to eat, you're not going to want to eat, and you're not going to be able to eat them in adequate quantities. You know, I have a chart right here that sums it up, and it's sobering, to say the least. On this chart, you're looking at the best sources of CoQ10 and how much you'd have to eat to get the equivalent of one of our capsules. So the best source is pork heart, followed by chicken heart, followed by chicken liver, beef heart. And what that's going to tell you, we didn't include brains in there because most people don't eat brains, but the best sources of CoQ10, look at our body. What are the most important organs in our body that need incredible amounts of energy all the time to be produced and also need to be protected as well? Our brain, our heart, our liver. And that's why when you look at that chart, when you're looking at animal sources of CoQ10, it's exactly that. You have to eat extreme quantities of organ meats, which are not necessarily going to be supporting our good health other than their content of CoQ10. So if we go back to that chart, even if we look at more conventional foods, say the other day, I had some chicken wings. I'd have to eat 40 pounds of chicken wings to be the equivalent. 52,000 calories of chicken wings. A chicken breast, 31,000 calories of chicken breast. Milk, many think milk is healthy and a great source of CoQ10. It's an okay source of CoQ10, but 64,000 calories to the equivalent of one of our capsules. Wow. Some people mistakenly think eggs is a great source of CoQ10. I'm not sure why. Okay, how about almost 2,000 eggs to be one capsule, 140,000 calories. So sadly, you just saw on that chart the reason why the average person consumes between 2 and 5 milligrams of CoQ10 a day, with the highest levels about 7 or 8 milligrams of CoQ10 a day. So unfortunately, CoQ10 is not available from our diet. Even another chart I have, which kind of breaks it out a little differently, shows you the more conventional quantities we'd eat of foods. So if you had 4 ounces of pork shoulder, 4 ounces of beef, 4 ounces of chicken, there you see why the typical amount we consume in a day is 2 to 5 milligrams. Because when you look at typical portions of the highest cost, highest quality, those are expensive foods when they're rich in protein and rich in CoQ10. Unfortunately, even something like eggs, 1/4 milligram, and that's for 2 eggs. So wow. The sad fact of life is as critical and absolutely essential for life as CoQ10 is, it isn't available in our diet. And the other sad fact of life is, yes, when we're young, we create an abundance of CoQ10. But as we get older, that drops dramatically and rapidly. And most people think as we get older, I'm referring to 75, 80, 85 years of age. No, Just we're talking about as you get near 30, 35, the amount of CoQ10 your body produces goes down dramatically and continues with age. If you take any one of a long list of drugs, just not the cholesterol-lowering statin drugs, if you take, say, beta blockers, which often folks have to take for their blood pressure or they have to take for cardiac arrhythmias like atrial fibrillation, things like that. They might have to take drugs, bisphosphonates, for osteoporosis or osteopenia, issues pertaining to their skeleton or bones. Might have to take tricyclic antidepressants. Pretty much the list goes on and on and on. And no wonder most drugs we take, one of the first side effects on the list is fatigue. So CoQ10, unfortunately, is compromised. What little our body creates as we get older goes down. If we take medicines, goes down. If we drink alcohol, goes down. If we're under stress, who isn't under stress nowadays? It goes down. So supplementing has become not just a good idea, a rational idea. I think it's become absolutely essential, common sense nutrition, just like taking vitamin D. And today you get your vitamin D for free, your B12, your B-complex, your vitamin C for free, and you get the world's best CoQ10.
Exactly. It really is the best day. This is our biggest today special. If you're just stopping by on a Sunday afternoon, we're delighted you found us because we look forward all year. Those of us that take this product, we buy it on this day. We stock up today because the value has never been better. It is the best formula, it is the best value, it is the biggest savings on Andrew's #1 most popular today special. If you are just stopping in, there are several choices for you. You can do 30 for a try me, 60, 120, 240. The vast majority of the orders, the 33,000 today specials, there are 2 today specials, by the way. We'll be talking about Choco Nuvo coming up in a little while. But again, the vast majority have been this 500 cap size. Why? Because it normally would be, to buy this formula, you'd be looking at $511 for 500 capsules. Today, it's a huge savings at $189.90, saving over $300. So the majority of us are stocking up here. We have 5 flex pays for you, which means that first flex pay will get it home lickety split. You'll be using it before you know it and feeling great and doing something great for yourself every single day. Reminding you, you do pick your formula. Do you want, most of us are choosing the one with the 2000 IU of vitamin D3 because we know we need to be taking vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is essential, and most people need to supplement vitamin D3. The vast majority of the people in the world need to be supplementing vitamin D3. So bottom line is you're getting it. If you choose the 2000, you get 2000 IU. Every time you take your CoQ, you're getting your vitamin D as well. So you don't need to buy your vitamin D. Vitamin B12 is in here. Look at, I mean, you're getting a D3 product. If you're ordering the 500, valued at $97. The B12, another almost $100, $97. The vitamin C, $66. So you are getting $260 worth of extra important, vital supplements included along with your CoQ10 that by itself is valued at $414. So bottom line here at $189, it is an unbelievable value, and the best part, guys, is you are buying the world's finest CoQ product. You get 4 months to make sure you love it. We go all the way to the end of January with our return policy. So you get to get this home and start taking it and see and feel the difference. And if you decide you need to return it for any reason whatsoever, you have until the end of January to do that. Nobody returns this product. I mean, this is our top reorder, top selling, 0 return product. People absolutely, positively love it. So if you're thinking about getting yours, I hope you'll try it today while it's on your mind. Don't forget to order it because this is a limited time special, a limited time offer. The 500 is definitely disappearing the fastest, which doesn't surprise us because obviously that's where the biggest savings is. But it is exciting. You know, when we first started learning about CoQ, and as I said, Andrew is the first person really to start educating all of us, all of the country, about CoEnzyme Q10, and he called it a ubiquinone. And he talked about how ubiquitous CoQ10 is. So I want to have Andrew share with us the essential importance of taking it because we need it. Every cell in our body needs it to be alive, right, Andrew?
Well, its chemical name is ubiquinone. And ubiquitous, it's kind of a crossword puzzle word. Ubiquitous means that something is found everywhere. If you kept running into someone all over the place, you might say, wow, they're ubiquitous. So it's not surprising it's called ubiquinone because if our cells are going to function well, it has to be ubiquitous. It has to be available. In fact, if your cell doesn't have it available, your cell can't be alive. If we don't have CoQ10, we can't be alive. So CoQ10 is something that's essential for the movement of electrons within our cells to create the energy we experience. I always say this, that it's so bizarre to me. even as I look at this from a technical scientific standpoint, having been talking about CoQ10 for 36 years, that the life we experience is all a byproduct of the movement of electrons within the mitochondrion of all our cells. So when you talk about energy production in the most common sense way to enhance energy production, it's not taking a stimulant. It's just looking at the blueprint of our body and saying, wow, if I could look at how energy is produced in each of those 100 trillion cells, and I know there's an ingredient that as we get older runs short, becomes scarce, and a number of other factors also compromises its availability. If I can improve levels and availability of that ingredient, and that ingredient, when it becomes scarce, is associated with fatigue, in my 100 trillion cells, what a common sense way to increase the availability of energy and to combat fatigue. Not to take some unhealthy stimulant, which is going to give you a little energy for a moment and doesn't change any of the underlying conditions, because one of the central conditions giving rise to fatigue, whether it's just the aging-related fatigue or whether it's going to be fatigue from taking certain medications and things, it's going to be compromised levels of CoQ10. So it really is a very straightforward sort of logical approach. And as Colleen said, decades before anyone paid any attention, gave any notice to CoQ10, I was talking about it. I was kind of at that time, 36 years ago, 1984, the lone voice in the wilderness, and not so much of a lone voice now, but we continue to be, I think, the most experienced, obviously, in delivering a comprehensive CoQ10 product, the best reviewed CoQ10 product in the world. And I have some good charts here that I have some reviews I'll go over in a moment.
Okay.
But some of the science is compelling, whether it's science that relates to the health of our gums, the health of our hearing, our ears, which I have some great charts on that, health of vision. But here are just some great charts. I think I grabbed some that pertain to fatigue. And these are direct quotes out of the scientific literature. We don't modify them. We don't change them. These are direct quotes. And by the way, thousands of studies have been published on CoQ10. So it's not some ingredient that's just some natural thing that no one pays attention to. It is something that scientists, researchers, biochemists, physicians have paid careful attention to because it is the central molecule for energy production. And it's well known that as levels get compromised in all of us as we age, it affects heart function, brain function. So it affects all of the critical systems in our body. So let's give a look at some of these charts. So this is from current neurovascular research. There is evidence that mitochondrial, that's the powerhouse that makes energy in all our cells, the dysfunction in our mitochondria and oxidative stress are directly related to fatigue in humans. Thus, enhancement of mitochondrial functions with CoQ10 may be an important mechanism by which fatigue can be reduced. This is from molecular neurobiology. As you can see, folks who focus on our nervous system focus on CoQ10. Administration of CoQ10 has positive mood-enhancing effects. CoQ10 treatment significantly reduces fatigue and improves ergonomic performance. That's our ability to do work during exercise, and thus may have potential in alleviating the exercise intolerance and exhaustion displayed by people with fatigue-related symptoms. This is from Biochimica and Biophysica Act. I think it might be either Italian or German journal. Low levels of CoQ10 were consistently associated with fatigue. CoQ10 was the most studied mitochondrial enzyme where reduced plasma levels of CoQ10 were found in the fatigued populations compared to healthy controls, meaning that healthy controls that weren't fatigued had healthy CoQ10 levels. The fatigued populations, low CoQ10 levels from clinical nutrition. Because CoQ10 increases cellular ATP, adenosine triphosphate production, via mitochondrial oxidative phosphorylation, that's how energy is transferred in our cells by the phosphorylation of ATP, ADP, AMP, adenosine monophosphate, adenosine diphosphate, adenosine triphosphate. The movement of that phosphate group implies the movement of energy and the movement of electrons. So that's a little overly complicated, but supplementation could help improve fatigue and other symptoms in frequent and persistent fatigue. Talking there about, again, CoQ10. Antioxidants and redox signaling. Preliminary data have shown a remarkable clinical improvement after initial oral CoQ10 supplementations in patients with frequent and persistent fatigue. A remarkable clinical improvement, that's pretty strong language for scientists.
Wow.
From that same other journal I was talking about, the purpose of this systematic review was to examine markers of mitochondrial function that have evidence of an association with fatigue. So they were looking at a number of prior research studies, and the conclusions they drew was that the most commonly investigated mitochondrial enzyme, CoQ10, was the only mitochondrial biomarker found to have a consistent association with fatigue identified in this review. So in all the studies they looked at, CoQ10 was the only molecule that when levels were higher and healthier, there wasn't fatigue. When levels were lower and compromised, there was fatigue. From critical reviews in food science and nutrition, CoQ10 levels are increased in the first 20 years of life. That's what I said before. However, the organism begins to lose its ability to synthesize CoQ10, and we do it rapidly. Along aging, and its concentration might become deficient. As we continue, just a couple more, a deficit of endogenous internal CoQ10 production can be associated with aging, where the uptake from the diet may become relevant. Unfortunately, uptake, as I showed before, from the diet is insignificant. Based on that, oral CoQ10 supplementation appears as a viable antioxidant strategy in many aging-related conditions where oxidative stress is implicated. Frontiers in physiology. CoQ10 provides antioxidant protection to cell membranes and plasma lipoproteins. CoQ10 treatment confers heart health benefits. The antioxidant function of CoQ10 is an especially important regulator of lifespan in the context of normal aging. Furthermore, CoQ10 supplementation confers health benefits in elderly people by preventing chronic oxidative stress associated with heart and neurological health, and that applies to all of us, not just the elderly. But I could go on. We have hundreds of charts with just impressive quotes just like these.
As you said, that's pretty impressive because those are scientists sharing feedback and about the research of CoEnzyme Q10. It makes us all feel so much better about taking this product. And if you are just stopping in, I do hope that you will try Andrew Lessman's CoEnzyme Q10. You can find CoQ elsewhere for sure, grocery store, health food store. If you're going to spend your money on CoQ, you want to be taking this because it truly is the very best formula and the finest quality CoQ10 available today. All you're choosing right now is the size and how much vitamin D you would like in the formula. Most of us are choosing 2,000 IU of vitamin D, and most of us are choosing the 500 count. Right now today, if you do what is the flex pay on this one? I'm just going to have Allison check for me because all you're doing is making one payment today. You don't even pay for the full $189. You can see you're saving $322. So check it out. If you want the 500 count, right now you're spending $38. $37.98 is all you're spending today to get 500 capsules of the world's finest CoEnzyme Q10 with vitamin B12, with 2,000 IU of vitamin D3 in the formula if you choose, with vitamin C, all of the other supplemental ingredients that will help that CoQ maximize the benefits for you in every cell of your body. So if you want the 500, it's, by the way, the vast majority of our today's special gone for the day, and it's only 9:30 in the morning on the West Coast. So I don't want to point that out. It's morning on the West Coast, and already the majority of our today's specials have been spoken for. So we only do this one day. It's a one-day offer. It's a one-day only value. This formula goes away. We don't offer this formula except when it is the best buy of the day, the today's special. So we love October because it is a month when we bring you Andrew's most popular today's special. Reminding you one more time that even if you were to just buy 500 capsules of D3, B12, and C, you still would be spending $260. That's not even counting the CoEnzyme Q10. That's why we're all jumping in here. More than 34,000 today's specials have been spoken for. If you call us or log on to HSN right now, you have till the end of January if you would choose to return it, which I don't think anybody ever returns these products. They are the top reorder, lowest return products we sell on HSN, and I think that's just testimony to the fact that they work. They deliver results. There are literally thousands of perfect reviews on this product. And it's interesting, Andrew, because, you know, to get a good review, a 3 is good, 4 is very good, 5 is perfect. And especially with a supplement like this, I mean, I think your expectations are pretty high. People are expecting it to deliver. And so the fact you get it home, you start using it, and then people say it's perfect, I think that really that says a lot about a vitamin supplement, because it is remarkable that thousands and thousands of people agree that this is the best supplement that they're taking. And I think that has to be very gratifying.
Oh, it's gratifying. But I think when you follow that, I always say Mother Nature's blueprint, that sort of like God-given blueprint, when you follow the blueprint, and as I say, I follow it religiously, it works. And as much as there might be divided opinion among Americans or just people in general, we share the same biochemistry. So if you deliver properly on the biochemistry, as we do here, it works. And this product has almost 90% five-star reviews. We don't remove the bad reviews. And it's, I think, 96, 97% of positive reviews. So again, if the product is put together correctly, I have not seen another CoQ10 product put together as correctly as this one. And maybe that's because we've been doing it for 36 years. And also, unlike other companies, we have a very direct relationship. We have folks in our call center who are there waiting to get your feedback. So we read the reviews. So we pay attention to your feedback, and we've evolved this product. And if you just look at the cost, yes, 30 cents a day, it sounds affordable. But for many people, it's expensive. So remember, that's a 500 capsule supply, and it's a little over 30 cents a day. But when you think about that 30 cents a day, if you break it down, so at 30 cents a day, if say you divided that in 4, it becomes less than a dime a day. So it's less than a dime a day for the world's best CoQ10, for the world's best vitamin C as well now, and less than a dime a day for the world's best vitamin D, and less than a dime a day for the world's best B12 that also comes with its best B-complex. So when you look at that, as we're rolling all of these ingredients in, and I struggle to create any product that might be less than a dime a day. But when you think of all of these costly ingredients wrapped into this efficient package, and it's an efficient package because we get to do this Today Special, this event, once a year. And the size of this event allows us to make it efficiently. And also you have to remember, unlike the probably 90% of vitamins out in the marketplace that are made by contract manufacturers, we make this ourselves. It's made for you by us. And that efficiency delivers what you're getting in terms of value, in terms of price. So that's what makes this, and by adding the 5 Flex. So even though it's almost a 1.5 year supply in the large bottle, it's about an 8-month supply in the next to large bottle, that it's 5 Flex. So you don't even have to invest all at once. And that 5 Flex, I know, makes it even more affordable. And by the way, when I first introduced CoQ10 36 years ago, it was a 30 milligram supply. So even if you could only afford to take this every other day, you're still getting 100 milligrams. So understand, this ingredient, even at 30 milligrams, is powerful. At 200 milligrams, it's exceptionally powerful. So I take 1 capsule every day. You can take a capsule every other day. You could take 2 capsules a week, and you will still be experiencing significant benefits. I was just going to read some reviews here quickly. I know we're running out of time.
I'd love to do that. You know what? I would love to do that because there are thousands, but you can give us at least an idea of how people love to sing the praises of this wonderful product.
And the reviews are inspiring. Would not be without this product. This is a must-have for me. I purchased this one even though I have a larger one because I don't want to run out. I also like that Andrew added the vitamin D3 to CoQ10. That's only for a Today Special. That's once a year. This is a vitamin that everyone should take because it does many things to help your body, and I highly recommend. I was amazed that when I got my checkup, the doctor was so pleased that I was taking Andrew's products. Thank you, Andrew, from Jean in Pennsylvania. Thanks, Jean. Super product. I've been taking CoQ10 as I take a statin drug to lower cholesterol, which lowers CoQ10 levels in your body, as do most drugs. I switched to Andrew's and loved the results. So when I got the chance to get the CoQ10 with the dose of vitamin D3 and B-complex that my doctor recommended in 1 capsule, I was thrilled. This works great, and Andrew's vitamin D seems to be the only one that increases my level of vitamin D into the normal range. Wow. I love this product. Please bring this combo back in stock. Today's the day, once a year. I will reorder when I run out of my current supply. I've been an Andrew Lessman customer for the last 12 years, and I'm very satisfied with the quality and results. That's very
wonderful.
Nice. Thank you. Very informative. Great product. My husband and I have been taking these capsules for over 3 years. We cannot live without them. And when we run out, we can feel the difference. We love all of Andrew's products. Love this product. I mean, imagine what someone is thinking to write these kinds of reviews.
Exactly.
Andrew Lessman's CoEnzyme Q10 is a wonderful product. I am a repeat customer and have ordered other products from Andrew Lessman and love each and every one of them. This CoQ10 far exceeds any product over the counter in any store. I will be buying again and again.
Beautiful.
Use every day. This and the omega-3s are very important to take. Both my husband and I take statin drugs. So we make sure we also take the CoQ10 and omega-3. Until Andrew gave us the information on using these two products with statins, we did not know. It's unfortunate. Cardiologists, doctors have to know that most medications, especially statins, lower your CoQ10 and with it potentially lower your energy and cause fatigue. As Andrew says, it is important to get the information. Thanks, Andrew, for sharing with us and helping us take care of our health. From Diane in Virginia. In the next hour, we'll have a brief showing. I'll read some of the science on CoQ10 and how it lowers, on statin drugs and how it lowers CoQ10 levels. Great. The best. Andrew Lessman's CoQ10 has worked the best for me and my husband to counteract the side effects of our statins, cholesterol medications. They are the most popular drugs in America.
Wow.
Also, depressants are right behind them, and depressants also, antidepressant drugs, rather, they also lower CoQ10 levels, as do beta blockers, unfortunately, as do drugs for osteoporosis. The cardiologist recommended CoQ10. We have tried several brands and strengths. We always come back to Andrew's as it works the best, hands down. Thank you,
Excellent,
Andrew. I get goosebumps when I read this. I'll read one more. Love Andrew's products. I reordered for my mother-in-law and myself. My mother-in-law is 70 and I'm 68. I have more energy. I feel like I'm 40. I have been taking for 2 years. I take 35 Andrew Lessman supplements. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know I made that many. I take them because I need them. I can't put a price on my health. The two most important things for me are health and happiness. Hard to be happy when you don't have your health. Thanks, Andrew, from Bobby in Texas. And again, it kind of underscores, we talk about our health, and it's hard to contemplate our health without contemplating the basic nutrition that isn't available from our diet. And the world around us has given us a major wake-up call that basic nutrition actually does play a critical role in the health we experience. And that basic nutrition is defined by vitamin D, vitamin C, B12, B-complex, CoQ10, nutrients we need, we don't get from our diet, and now more than ever, it underscores the importance of intelligent, common sense supplementation.
Absolutely. And for those of you that are just stopping by on a Sunday, I know we get a lot of channel surfers on Sunday. So glad you're here. You know, 20 years ago when we offered this product, it had 30 milligrams of CoQ10 in the formula. The formula today has 200 milligrams of CoQ10. If I were to take you back 30 years ago, and if we were offering the product with 200 milligrams, look at what the pricing would have looked like back then. Check this out. You would have had to spend $1,293 back between 2000 and 2006 to get the same exact formula that we are offering today. I mean, literally.
Without vitamin D.
Exactly, and without the vitamin D. That's just for the CoEnzyme Q10. You're saving today, again, if we dialed time back 2 decades ago, you would have to have spent an additional $1,104. I mean, that, guys, hopefully illustrates the incredible, incredible value today. Because the formula, and again, one of the great things you'll love about watching Andrew's shows, you learn so much, you feel so much better about knowing more about your health, because when we know better, we do better. And whether or not you buy Andrew's products, at least you have the information, which is so important. But then when you shop around, we always come back home to his vitamins, because they really are the best and they really do work. And we also wait when they become a Today Special, because you know you are getting the biggest, best value of the year. And that's why at $189, even this formula, and remember, for the first time, you are getting free. You're getting $260 worth of freebies if you're doing the 500 count, for example. You are getting, again, almost 100, and another $66 in D3, B12, and vitamin C. That is something that you can't find anywhere else. And it's important. These are important things to supplement. First of all, we all know that. But also it's important, Andrew, because the CoQ, you know, in one of those reviews, somebody said they were taking a different vitamin D product. It wasn't working as well for them. A lot of people find they don't get the same benefits from taking the supplements if they don't have the proper foundational sort of, you know, supporting characters there to help the ingredients work better, right?
No, there's a deer in my backyard.
Is there? Oh, how cool!
Yes.
Oh, look
It's
it!
better than a bear in my backyard.
Oh my goodness!
Which we have those too.
Oh, he
Yeah.
looks like Dasher or Dancer, or Prancer
Yep,
or Vixen.
we're getting ready for we're getting ready for Christmas.
You
here.
are.
Yes.
I love it. That
So
has to be good
that's
luck.
kind of-
Oh my gosh.
That's very exciting.
Cool.
So that's kind of fun. So it's good that I'm not in the studio. This is fun.
It is fun. I love it.
But I forget the question I just got distracted by the deer, the question you just asked me.
I have no idea. I wanted to know which of Santa's reindeer that was.
But that was Rudolph.
Rudolph.
But again, when we talk about CoQ10, and you're just alluding to, I think, into whether we talk about energy, whether we talk about all of the things that are sort of an assault on the systems in our body right now, whether the stress we're experiencing, life is far from normal. Hopefully, we all hope that next year will be a year. We all want to sort of forget 2020, and hopefully 2021 will be a better year. We'll learn great lessons from 2020. But again, this is a product. If I look at all my Today Specials that I do over the course of a year, and I probably do about a dozen, this product is the perfect Today Special for the world we are currently living in, and is as expensive as CoQ10 is, and all the special ingredients we put in, the value is remarkable on any of the sizes. The 500 is just a crazy value, but all of the sizes are an exceptional opportunity to do something very important to make up for the nutritional shortfalls in our diet, the compromises that stress in the world we live in are causing for us. So it's a great opportunity to make a great difference. And we only, unfortunately, can afford to do this once a year. So it's going to be at least a year before we do this again.
There we go. I remember my question. Now, we'll talk about, we have a brief presentation next hour, and I'll have Andrew circle back, because I wanted you to talk a little bit about the importance of adding the other ingredients in the formula and how